fam, it's your girl Jazz, and I am back with you talking about how the show went, what are my noticings, the judging criteria, and really the real deal of it all, because this sport is not for the faint of heart, okay? If you're sensitive, you get your little feelings hurt easily, you can't take criticism, you cannot take, not winning, then this sport really is not for you. If you're not someone who sees yourself, trying new things, putting yourself out there and potentially just not doing well and being okay with that and still continuing on pressing forward towards a better you or a better physique, it's not gonna be for you, because this is going to be a video talking about the real deal and how worlds went and what I noticed and what I have learned about the criteria, which to me honestly is not exactly clear. But anywho, let's get right into it. First things first, I do not know my placement just yet in pro figure at WNBF World Championships that was in Cali, November 19th, 2022. I don't know what place I came in yet, because the way it works is all of the girls line up, compete against each other. We go through our quarter turns, we do our quick individual walks, and then you leave the stage. Once you leave the stage, they call out the top 5 girls to come back out onto the stage. So immediately, those girls know that they are top 5, and the rest of the girls do not know what place they're in. You are not told you're placing the day of the show. You just will not know unless you wait around until after the show, way later, after the judges have eaten their food, going on lunch, and chilled for a bit, and then they open up what's called an athletes meeting, or whatever they want to call it, a judges meeting, where you can ask for feedback on what your placement is, why they scored you that way, what did they notice that you have to work on, is it your hamstrings, did you not come in as lean, were you too big, were you too lean? They let you know exactly what they were thinking, but that is all the way later. That is not immediately after the show. Other than that, you will know your placement once it is posted online, and who knows when it's ever going to be posted online. It could be a week, it could be a month, who knows? But it's definitely not up right now, and I also did not get a chance to go to the judges to ask for my feedback. So I say all of that to say I don't know my placement, but top 5, they do know their placement. Also, I just want to say this first and foremost. I worked so hard this year, and I am extremely proud of myself. I'm extremely proud of the package that I brought to Worlds. Like, this was my best physique to date, and I loved the way I looked. I felt amazing, and I'm also gonna have a video up about why I'm proud of myself, what improvements I made throughout my prep this year, like what went way better for me, including injuries, because last year I was completely done. I was hurting at this point, and right now I feel great. So I'm gonna talk about that as well. I'm gonna have a video about that, but right now we're talking about this, so let's stay on topic. No matter how you look or how you feel you looked, it's really always going to be up to the judges. And that is why I prefaced this whole thing with you have to have tough skin, because you might feel like you are the ish. You look damn good. You look better than that girl, whatever. It's not up to you. It's not up to how you feel, what you think. It's up to who showed up that day, who gets on stage, who flexes the best, who looks the best, and in the judges' eyes, who looks the best. So once again, the division that I compete in is pro figure. And what they look for in pro figure, if you look it up, it says they're looking for symmetry, they're looking for muscle tone, and they do not want you to be as big or as striated as bodybuilding or fit body athletes. So they do want figure girls to be a little more soft. Yes, you want to see muscle separation, you want to see good body tone, but you don't want to be hard, like have hard muscle like a bodybuilder. There is a difference, right? And this is what they post for the criteria. In my opinion, that is very vague. When I first looked at it, I felt like, okay, that makes sense. It's clear. But once I got to Worlds this past weekend, the criteria is not extremely clear, looking at what they clearly wanted in a figure girl. So in the past years, I've noticed that girls have gotten docked for being too lean, right? So again, that goes back to, you don't want to look like a fit body athlete, very striated. You don't want to look like a bodybuilder, hard muscle, very striated. So with that being said, you want to come in a little bit softer, but you want to find like that perfect balance of, yes, I have muscle separation, definition, but I'm not extremely lean to the point where my body fat is like less than 10% and I am completely dry, striated. But what I noticed right off the bat was that the judges separated the girls who were bigger from the girls who were medium and smaller. Now, where I fall in is in the medium or smaller category. So yes, for my body, for my physique, I looked great. I had great muscle separation, great muscle development. My hamstrings came in even more this year, so much. Like, that was an area where the judges told me to improve on, and that is what I worked on during my off season, and you can tell the difference, seriously. Like, I'm so proud of that. But all in all, the top 5 girls, clearly, you can tell from the jump, they are bigger. They are bigger everywhere. They have bigger shoulders, they have bigger quads, bigger hamstrings, bigger glutes, just even taller. Like, they were just bigger, right? So that makes me wonder, is that a part of the criteria that you guys, judges or federation, forgot to add in? I'm wondering, because easily you can clearly tell. It didn't matter the girls who came in lean, who had a beautiful physique. If your shoulders were not as big, you were not in the top 5, like, period. So it's like, no amount of leanness could really have helped any of the girls who were smaller, including myself. So it's not to say I needed to do more cardio or I needed to diet harder. I would have been leaner, but leaner would not have helped me. I would have looked good, but what I needed was more size in order to compete. And that's really just the honest truth. I'm not saying this from an angry place or, a sad place. I'm saying it from a real place. If you take a look at this video, you can clearly see the difference. So this is me standing on stage next to the girl who came in first place, right? So right off the bat, yes, it's blurry. You can't really see definition because, it wasn't the greatest quality video, this one right here, but you can look at size, for example. So you can tell she's clearly way bigger than me everywhere. The shoulders are huge, rounded. The legs are bigger. And yes, for my size, I have awesome shoulders. I have awesome quads, but it's not enough because it seems like the judging criteria is big. They want to see bigger muscle as opposed to if you're smaller but proportionate but have nice tone. That doesn't really help you. They want to see that you have developed big muscles, clearly. So you can see the difference between me and her, and it is what it is. That's just like a wake-up call to me, like, okay, get bigger then. It's time to build muscle. Okay, so now that you've seen the comparison between the first place girl and me, I want you to take a look at this clip, okay? Because this is the top 5 girls. And as you can see, they all are very similar. They all have a big back, big shoulders, big legs, right? So you can already see from the previous clip that I am much smaller than the first place girl, but these girls are all pretty similar. So that goes to show you, immediately they picked out all of the girls who were bigger. So the smaller girls really didn't have a chance. No matter how good you looked, you didn't have a chance. You just didn't, because you're not big enough. It is what it is. And even if you notice, the 5th place girl, she's not even that big. She just made it into the top 5. That girl is actually closer to my size. You can even look at her shoulder and see that it is not popping out 3D crazy like all of the other 4. So she really just made it in, but she is pretty lean. So I feel like her leanness and her symmetry and her excellent muscle tone really did earn her a place in top 5. So she does deserve to have that spot. But you can really see the differentiation between muscle size. The top 4 that came before her were all bigger. Even if she was leaner than them, which I feel like, she was leaner than 2 of them. Yeah, she to me looked better, but she still earned the 5th place spot because her leanness didn't matter because she didn't have the size that the rest of the girls had. So I say all that to say that needs to be added to the judging criteria because that's not clear. So, really and truly, this was a great experience, and I always love going to World Championships because it's really an amazing time. And honestly, it is a privilege and an honor to be at World Championships because there's a lot of girls, a lot of people in general who would like to go, but they cannot go for many reasons. 1, their physique may not be able to compete. 2, monetarily, it just doesn't work out. 3, traveling just doesn't work out. So many reasons. But I am thankful and happy that for the 2nd time in a row, I got a chance to travel to World Championships and compete. And really and truly for me, it's all motivational, right? This was a great chance for me to, so to speak, like climb a huge mountain. And I got a chance to climb the mountain and look at the top and see all that's there, right? I got a chance to see, wow, this is what it's like to be at World Championships, to be on the world stage. I was there, front row seat, looking at everyone else who also earned and deserved to be there. And it's just a chance for me to really see what's up at the top of the mountain and to know like, wow, okay, so this is the caliber. This is where the bar is set. This is what I have to reach to. And I'm really super excited to go back to the drawing board, build up, and come back bigger and better because if being bigger is in the judging criteria, then that's what we're headed for, right? I'm not taking this experience and deciding that woe is me and oh my God and they're so terrible and I'm never trying this again, right? Because that's a poor attitude to have. I am choosing to say, well, if these other girls were able to achieve this look and able to get here, I can too, and I will. And as opposed to adhering to feedback from last year about, oh, only work on your hamstrings, only work on your shoulders. No, I'm going to work on everything this time. So that is part of the reason why I did not go back to the judges to ask for feedback because I'm not interested in picking and choosing and, this spot, this left shoulder or this quad. No, I'm gonna work on everything. I see already the trend in what they're looking for, and I know that I can achieve it. I'm very confident in myself. And now that I was there, able to compare and see and experience, I know what I'm striving for now. I have a whole different viewpoint on it. I'm excited, I'm motivated, and I'm ready to do this. And next year, it's gonna be a whole different Jasmine flag headed right back to World Championships. And you can count on that, bet your bottom dollar. But in any case, honestly, a lot of people let this get them down. They quit the sport. They get discouraged. And me, I'm not discouraged easily. Like, I love challenges, and this is just yet another one. This is just something else for me to come back, assess, and realign myself with the way I'm going to push forward. And that's all I'm doing. So, you know, I'm not upset about me not placing in the top 5 like my goal was to, because I think that based on what the criteria is, even though WNBF does not state that they're looking for the biggest figure girls, it's clear, and now I know. And now that is something that I'm going to make a goal. And I'm going to come back with that goal achieved. And I'm super excited to do that. So yeah, this was a real raw feedback of how the show went, judging criteria. And this is also for all you girls out there who also aspire to do this. Just know, have tough skin, go there and learn. The most important thing is that you learn yourself, you learn how to level up, and you use every single experience as a building block. You do not let anything tear you down or make you feel less than. Never, okay? So that is all. Of course, you guys, if you have any comments, any questions for me, put them down below. Let's chat. Let's talk. I love hearing from you guys. Like this video if you loved it. Share with a friend. Duh. Share with your friends. Subscribe. Make sure your friend is subscribed. And as always, I love, love, love you guys. See you in the next video. Have an awesome rest of your fit day.